Ain't no champ unless Lorenzo said so. Well, I'm the next champ, and that's the bottom line because the Knuckle Maniac said so.
Man, I'm super excited to have you on, bro. You're coming off a big victory at Bkfc 84 against David Simpson. It was a spectacular fight. How you feeling, man? How you feeling coming out of that war against David Simpson?
I'm feeling amazing, man. As soon as my face is healed, I'm ready. My hands are good. My knuckles are knives, baby. So I'm ready to get cutting someone else up. And when I say someone, I think we all know who I'm talking about, brother.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into that for sure. You've been making a lot of noise since that fight, so man, I just gotta say, it was incredible to watch your heart and your skill at the same time. You never took a step back in that fight. You walked him down like a man possessed, no matter what he threw at you, you know? So it was amazing to watch, bro. For real.
Hey, that's one of the secrets, brother. People don't buy into it. They're afraid to get hit, and they're afraid to walk through fire. They're afraid to walk through fear. Everybody's always pulling back, and they're getting hit. And trust me, I did a lot of this myself, but very intentional, very intentional.
Mm.
And David Simpson, my goodness, brother, thank you so much for beating my head in because you brought the best out of me in front of my son the day before his birthday, in front of my bosses, in front of the whole world, in front of God. And we'll talk about something here in a little bit with God before we end the show. But God was definitely flowing through me, especially in that fifth round. And I have some proof. I believe I have some proof.
Wow. Okay. Can't wait to hear that, man. That's amazing. Yeah. Hats off to David Simpson, man. What a spectacular performance for him, too. Nothing to hang his head about. It was just, like I said, you were like a man possessed in there, bro. You weren't willing to go down. So it is what it is. Um, so let me ask you, did you feel any of those shots during the fight, or was it all adrenaline in there?
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I dropped him with the first punch. He got up, and then I framed. I framed against him, and I felt his punches going past my head, and then I cracked him again. When I cracked him, I rolled shortly under, but I didn't move my feet. I rolled under because I'm like, I just hit him really hard. And like, I paused for a split second and I noticed he was still directly in front of me. And then that's when I was like, oh shit. And he went, "Ah, da, 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 da," like a machine gun. And he cracked me in my right eye with an uppercut immediately. And didn't physically close my eye, but my eye could only see a flashing light. Like, not a flashing light, but a just bright white light for the whole fight. It was just a bright white light. So the first punch he hit me with, he shut my eye off.
Wow.
So I had to fight
Wow.
with one eye, and I have the videos. I have a lot of different videos actually of me of the angles, different angles of me blowing my knee as I'm going into the ring doing the Hogan stomp.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, no,
when that happens, my knee basically it does this and it retracts in, and when it does, it's sitting off, and now the ligaments and all the soft tissue becomes extremely inflamed, and it feels like a tear. And so your body is telling you, okay, my knee's torn. And so your knee locks up and then my hip locks up. People don't know this, but I had dislocated my hip when I was 4 years old by being hit by a car. And so my right hip is 3 inches higher than my left hip. So bad knee. I had reconstructive surgery on that knee, bad hip, and then my ribs, because I had broken my back when I was 15 playing football. And I just kept playing like a psycho. I'm still one defensive player of the game and then defensive player of the year. Like on the right side, my ribs, there's like three of them that are out and they're kind of collapsed on each other. So
wow.
and then on top of all that, I think when I knocked him out, I think I like really hurt my shoulder. Not bad, but I had broken my collarbone when I was young. My collarbone came off when I was BMX riding when I was in seventh grade. So, like, my whole right side is my dominant side, but it is just fucking destroyed. And I had surgery on this hand years ago to remove a pinched nerve and broken bones that never healed. So, my whole right side is supposed to be my dominant side, but I tell you what, man, God humbled me. God humbled me in life.
Mhm. Yeah, man. Wow. The life of a fighter, bro. I did not know all that. I knew about your dislocated knee on the way in, one too many Hulk Hogan stomps on the way in. And yeah, so what was your mind state? What were you thinking when that happened in the moment? How did you overcome that mentally?
As a quote I've been telling myself a lot because I am a spiritualist, a mentalist, and a physicist. What does that mean? That I focus on being the best physical, mental, and spiritual specimen that I could be. And so I always tell people, I tell my friend who's a comedian, and I tell my son, you can either be a king or a clown. You can't be both at the same time. Yeah, sure, you can wear the hat of a clown and you can wear the hat of a king, but you can't be both at the same time. And I actually injured the knee the day prior. It was at the weigh-ins, and they had that fucking mascot, that Firebird mascot, and Brian Socia was filming. Brian Socia, the Bare Knuckle Show, and he's like, "Hey, Cody, hit him with a pro wrestling move." I hit him with a Stone Cold Stunner. Then the mascot went to get up, and I grabbed him by the head, and I pulled him down. Everybody's like, "Yo, stop, you're gonna hurt yourself." And then I did the Hogan leg drop, and when I did the Hogan leg drop, I went to get up, and I pivoted, and I actually popped my knee then,
Um,
too. And I remember telling myself, "Okay, be a king, not a clown. Be a king, not a clown. Be a king, not a clown." And, when I was going into the ring, I was, entertaining everybody, and then that happened again, and I go and you could see my face, I got real mad, and I go in my head, I go, "You're being a fucking clown. It's time to be a king." And so the whole fight, I just kept going, "Focus, focus, 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 focus." I had a lot of other
mm,
voices in my head that were, like, telling me, "Quit, this hurts, like, it's okay, man, to quit," like, I had all those voices, but I just had this one dominant my higher consciousness just saying, "Focus, focus, focus," and I won.
yeah. Yeah, you did, man. Was this your toughest fight to date you ever had?
Yeah, yeah,
Had to be,
yeah, and
for
also at the
sure.
same time, the easiest because there was just one game plan I had to follow, and I always just continued to walk through the fire because I knew that walking through the fire, sooner or later, I'm gonna come out the other side victorious, and I did. So it was
Hmm.
the hardest, but the easiest because it was like there's that was just that one game plan, and I had to follow it and just touch him on the chin. Because
Yeah,
let's be real, man, I got power in both of my hands, and I got that power in the beginning of the fight, and I got that power in the fifth round.
yeah. Yeah, you showed that for sure, man. You showed that. Was how good did it feel to get that finish at the end, after such a grueling fight, and then you finally get that finish in the fifth round? Like, what was it, like a feeling of relief, or what were you feeling when that happened?
It felt so good. It felt so peaceful. Like I do hypnotherapy. I help people get peace of mind. And if I do a hypnotherapy session, like if I do one with someone or I listen to one of my own tracks, it stops my critical mind and allows my mind to relax. And I'm in subconscious state, which is half awake, half asleep, or I go unconscious where I'm fully asleep. So I'm like letting go of control. People think that you need more control in life, more control over your mind, more control over this and that. You do, but there's so much that's happening in your mind that you can't control. The average person has 60,000 random thoughts flowing through their mind. I'm not average. I have ADHD. My mind probably has like 70,000 random thoughts a day. And I'm a perfectionist. There's two types of perfectionists I talk about. I talked about this with my um, lady or ex-lady. I'm not sure what we are, but I talked about this. I said, hey, there's two types of perfectionists. I said, I'm the perfectionist that thinks about it. You're the perfectionist that thinks about it a lot, but then you do it. And I said, so like, there's kind of a mismatch there when you have a perfectionist who's doing it and there's a perfectionist who's thinking about it. The perfectionist who's thinking about it doesn't do it often, but when he does do it, he does it very, very well. The perfectionist who's always doing it is doing very well all the time, physical reality, okay? But inside, they're actually hurting, they're suffering, they're starving for peace, right? So there I am, not actively being perfect. I'm suffering mentally. Whereas she or the person that is an active perfectionist, they're doing it perfectly. So they're enjoying themselves. They're enjoying themselves. They're enjoying themselves. But the second they stop, they begin suffering with overthinking.
Mm,
And so when I won, I had that brief moment like, oh, hey, I could relax. But the whole time, besides winning for God, besides winning for my son, besides winning for my bosses, my coach, my team, my management, besides winning for the fans, like it wasn't a complete victory because she wasn't there. And
mm,
like a lot of men will tell you like, "Oh, be stoic and don't say this and don't say that. Don't share your feelings." But I mean, I am who I am, and no one can force me to think, feel, or act a certain way. And I believe that authenticity is my superpower, one of them, and authenticity is the strongest energy in the entire world. And I really, really wish that she could have been there, but at the same time, it also makes the victory that much greater because man, like not a lot of people are able to focus when they're having heartache. Not a lot of people are able to focus when they miss the person they love. Not a lot of people are able to focus when there's literally like this hole eating away at your chest. It feels like I feel it now. I feel it in my back too, like just a hole, and it's just like chewing, digesting the best parts of you. Not everybody can win a fight like that.
mm. Yeah, and you know what? That's something we talked about previously when you were on the show too. Just like, the fire, heartbreak, and light under a man's ass, when it happens. So like, yeah, I don't know, man. I seen it in there. I got goosebumps just hearing you talk about that right now, man. So super special, brother. I'm super happy for you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you know what? You brought up your son, bro. Happy belated birthday to your son, Victor. It was his birthday the following day after BKFC 84. He was also in attendance that night. Just want to know, like, what was his emotions like watching his dad go through a brawl like that?
Victor, come here.
Oh, here we go.
Mini maniac coming up.
The mini maniac. Such a pleasure.
Come here, maniac. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Mini maniac, Victor. What's up, buddy? Happy belated birthday, man.
Thank you.
Come here, sit down. Ah, ask him the
How you
question he's
feeling,
asking.
buddy?
Huh?
Yeah, Victor, how you feeling?
Good.
Yeah. No, I'm just curious to know, like you were in attendance of your dad's fight at BKFC 84. Just curious to know what was the emotions like for you watching your dad get into such a grueling fight?
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was what was crazy about it, you think? What were you feeling in that moment?
I was happy um when he threw that left hook and he dropped him, and he dropped in the first round too.
Mm. Yeah, were you worried at all for your dad?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, really, eh? But did you feel like relief after the fight once you seen your dad get the finish and he got the victory and yeah, it's amazing. Would you ever want to be a fighter?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Show
Atta
me your hands.
boy.
Yes.
Oh, look at those things.
Both of them. Do
The
both of them.
mini maniac.
Show me
Let's
one again.
go.
9 years old.
Look at that. Oh, whoa. Look at that. Let's go, Victor.
Flex your
Good
neck.
man. Oh
Secret
my
time.
goodness. Man, I'm so happy to meet you. And yeah, happy for your dad. So glad you got to be in attendance for that too. Are you going to be attending more fights in the future?
The title
How
fight.
was your birthday? Sorry?
The championship fight.
Ooh, okay. Who would
Against
you like
who?
to see your dad fight?
Um, Lorenzo Hunt.
Oh, okay.
What?
Okay.
Lorenzo Hunt.
What?
Let,
Lorenzo
let's
Hunt.
go. I love that. Hey, man, maybe we can make that happen.
Yeah.
Super excited.
Well, you're dismissed,
Okay.
buddy. I love you.
See ya, Mini Maniac. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
That's amazing. No, I really appreciate that, man. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, you're
Um,
welcome.
yeah. Oh, for sure, for sure. I'm always just, interested to know the perspective of a kid. Obviously, like, bro, I don't know what type of emotions I'd be going through at my age right now if I watched my dad go through a fight like you did. In general, just any fight, watching your dad fight has got to be pretty emotional, and Victor's so young, just to see him even now, just asking him those questions. He seems super cool about it.
Oh yeah, he's
Was he?
he's the best person I know, man. Like he's ethical 100%. He's so like he's very energized kid, but he's also really calm. He's a genius. Like he's really is a genius, man. Like I've never vaccinated him one time. Like
Wow.
still has his foreskin. Who says that about their kid? But what I mean by that is like he's 100% pure the way God intended him to be. And I always thought to myself, he's gonna be like a superhuman because of that. And he's superhuman. He doesn't get sick. A genetic, he's a genetic like specimen. I mean, the kid is so fast. The kid hits hard, dude. Like no one drops me. I mean, Simpson hit me on the tip of the nose. It wasn't like it hit me in the head and rocked me. It hit me on the tip of the nose with an uppercut, and my body went with it because he would rip my face off. In fact, my septum separated from my face on the inside. So like my body had to go with that. But when I say that I haven't been rocked, like I haven't had I haven't had my brain bounce off my skull and turn me off for a split second. And that kid, dude, hits me to the body and drops me.
Huh.
I'll tell him like, "Yo, hit me with the Russian hook," because he's half Russian, and I teach him how to fire punches like the Russians. Literally, how I knocked out Simpson is shoulder rotation. Yeah, everybody turns on your body, but the Russians they'll throw an arm punch, but it's not an arm punch. They'll rotate the shoulder and they'll turn at the last second, and they come with all this torque, man, and it knocks people out. And he hits me with that in the ribs, bro, and he's dropped me like twice.
Wow. Wow, that's unreal. Was he crying at all after the fight?
Oh no, he's not. He's half Russian, bro. He's so stoic.
Man, that's unreal. Unreal. Well, so can you take me through your recovery a little bit after this fight? Like your face was pretty bad right after the fight, but just seeing you now, it seems like the swelling has gone down quite a bit. Yeah, if you can, just take us through like the process of recovery after a war like that.
So I go to Meta Labs in Huntington Beach, California. Meta Labs
Okay.
is a place where my buddy Danny Ong owns, and you go in, there's a hot tub, like super hot, 115, 116 degrees. There's 3 cold tubs, 50s, like 52, 47, 37, and then there's a sauna. And I go in the shower, rinse off, go in the hot tub. It's really hot. That gets my blood flowing. That gets my muscles relaxed. Then I get out. I jump in the cold at 37, go all the way under for 10 seconds after I say my prayers, come up out of the water, freezing cold, go right back in the hot tub, and I go back and forth, back and forth. And then I'll just dunk
Mm.
my head under there. And it's just rapid healing, man. It's rapid healing. And then, you know, on top of that, I took a page out of Loyola Machida. I drink my own urine. It tastes amazing. I'm kidding.
For-
I don't drink my own urine.
Oh, I was
Loyola
gonna
Machida
say,
told
no
me.
way.
Loyola Machida. I used to train at King's MMA, so I trained for Fabricio Verdum, heavyweight champion, Wanderlei Silva, fucking Loyola Machida, Shogun, Marvin Vittori, Kelvin Gastelum, like Giga Chikadze. You got a lot of Benail Dariush. Got a lot of good guys
Mm.
out of there. And Lloyd Machida, I took him to the cold plunge one time, and he's telling everybody how he drinks his urine, and like he's like, "Dude, your nose will clear up, your sinuses will clear up." And I'm like, "Would I drink my own urine to clear my nose?" And I'm like, "Yeah." But the problem is I forgot about it, so I forgot about it till now. So maybe maybe you'll see the knuckle maniac drinking his own, excellency,
Oh,
and breathing better.
Oh my goodness. If you do, hey, you got to record it because I feel like that would make for some good content.
I could bottle that up. Everybody says they want to bottle up my energy. Maybe I could sound like this.
Oh
Pump the
man.
knuckle maniac.
Jeez.
Y-A-Y-A-K, yak. Knuckle maniac.
Uh, I love it. I love it. Were you nervous going into that fight against David Simpson at all?
Fuck no. No.
Uh,
You see me coming out, I'm singing, and I make eye contact with David. I start nodding my head. I start jumping up and down. I'm singing to him, and I stand up next to a mountain, chop him down with the edge of my hand. I'm letting him know I'm coming, baby. The lumberjack's coming. He's coming to knock some trees down. You know what I mean? Geronimo.
mm,
So
let's go, bro. Amazing,
that was
brother.
my first job. I was a lumberjack. My dad owned his own tree service, and he would climb the trees. Big fucking man, dude. My dad's big and he's super strong, bro. Like my dad was 6'2" in his prime, 260 with abs. Didn't lift weights. Fucking gargantuan of it, man. Had arms the size of mine, forearms. That's where I got my forearms from. My dad was just piped up, dude. Big chest, big abs, like way bigger neck than me. Shoulders came out to here, and he looked like Bill Goldberg and Stone Cold Steve Austin had a kid.
Mm,
That dude would climb the trees.
wow.
And I didn't have like a good relationship. And we had a working relationship when I was 14 years old. I started 13, 14. I started working for him. But he'd climb the trees and he'd saw the branches off as he'd go up. And I'd collect the branches, stack the butts on top of each other, drag them to the wood chipper. And then fucking he'd saw the fucking tree down on the way down. Or maybe once you get to a certain part, he'd rope it, pull it down, and then saw it. And then I took up all the big logs and fucking launch them into the wood chipper or into the truck. And man, dude,
Mm.
I remember that first summer of me doing that, I got ripped.
I can imagine for
You know,
sure.
chopping trees increases testosterone by an average of 60%, just chopping them with an axe, right?
Wow.
Could you
No, I
imagine?
did not know.
Could you imagine picking them up and fucking slamming them around? How much that increases testosterone?
For sure. For sure. Man, you know what? I meant to ask you in the last interview we did too before the fight. You know, you got a lot of inspiration from wrestlers. You mentioned guys like Stone Cold, Hulk Hogan, of course, and but I always wondered. I meant to ask you, did you gain any inspiration from Chael Sonnen at all? Because you remind me quite a bit of Chael Sonnen.
Everyone says I look like Chael, I talk like Chael. I do. Sometimes when I talk, I hear, Chael Sonnen's voice in my head. Um, I didn't like him much growing up, but I met him and had a small conversation with him one time. And I'm Team Quest. I was Team Quest for 5 years. Dan Henderson, Sean Strickland, Sam Alvey, Luke Rockhold, um, Remy Sokoju, the Predator, and then obviously Randy Couture and Chael Sonnen. So yeah, man. I mean, you know, I do have a lot of similarities to Chael Sonnen, but I would beat Chael Sonnen's fucking ass.
I love that. We'll
Respectfully.
have to ta we'll have to tag him in this part for sure.
I love Chael, but bare knuckle, I'm killing you. Wrestling,
Yeah,
yeah, you might have a little bit of an advantage, but I'm stupid fucking strong and I know how to pull out the victory out of any situation. That's the
no
thing about
doubt.
me, man. Like, I'm a really good fighter all around. I'm not much of a kicker, but if I kick you, it's like getting kicked by a fucking horse. I
Uh,
don't like to throw like a lot of roundhouses. It's more like straight kicks, side kicks, and you don't see those coming, especially from a guy who's 5'9". But I have, even though I don't lift like I used to, I have gargantuan leg, bro. I used to squat over 600 pounds. 5
wow.
plates on each side, 5 reps and flip-flops, and the guys on steroids would be fucking hating, they'd be hating so bad. I'd be my memory foam flip-flops, I'd walk into the gym, Bad Dogs in Shenandoah, Pennsylvania. Dudes are all fucking roided out, the owner's fucking selling roids from the shack. They see me come in, fucking 19 years old, 5 plates on each side, memory foam flip flops, Adidas's, fucking bing, 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 5, no warming up, slap on 3 plates, fucking crank out 3 plates on the bench for 12 fucking reps, and then just peace out of there. And they're like, what the fuck, man? When's this kid gonna get on steroids? He's like the next fucking biggest thing and becomes a pro powerlifting. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about lifting weights, bro. I do that shit because it feels good and because it just packs on power, but I just don't care, dude. But I
Uh,
tell you what, man, when I stopped lifting weights, that's the thing, man. Simpson posted something where he shadow boxed and said he's doing weight training and whatnot. Simpson, you don't need to do more weight training.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, guys, you don't need to do more weight training. Okay, you need to train your fascia. You need to train your explosivity. Okay. Yeah, you have more drive. You think you have more drive on your punches because you're putting on more meat and more power. But drive is just one force of a punch. You have explosivity. You have the stabbing movement, the thrust. Okay. The drive comes at the end, but that's also in your legs, bro. That's also in your footwork. Right. And so it's like, I told David's fucking brother, I messaged David's brother. I was like, dude, if that guy just sits on a double jab and fucking is patient, he's gonna have people walking into those uppercuts and hooks. You know what I mean?
Right.
But because he rushed everything, like I expected him to rush it all. I'm there walking through the fire. I'm ready to win. So it's like, do I give out pointers to people where they could use that to beat me? I give out pointers to people, but they're not beating me.
Mm.
That makes me even that much better.
Yeah,
I'll coach
for
you up,
sure.
and then I'll beat you
For
anyway.
sure. I think you would be a great coach, bro, to be honest.
My grandfather
You know?
was. My grandfather was a
Mm.
coach.
So all the injuries, with your face and everything, did you sustain any like bad injuries that could require surgery for this fight? No?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I got a fucking head of steel.
Yeah, you do.
I got a head of steel. Like I
So,
told you, my knuckles are good.
mhm. Yeah, and you would think with a fight like that, you would have at least broken a hand or two in there, but
Well, let's talk stats, brother. You see the punch stats?
no, remind me.
Let's pull them up.
Let's pull
Bkfc.com.
'em up.
I want to be extremely accurate here. So I'm pulling up the fight stats so everybody knows. Pulling up the fight stats of the fight between David Simpson and I, David Thunder Simpson. By the way, I think that if David fights like that and just gets behind a double jab, I think he beats everybody in the division but me. Sounds
Yeah.
biased. Um, but I mean, like, if Juggernaut was caught on the fire of David Simpson that night, I mean, Dyer did a really good job of firing straight punches, straight and over the top. But Simpson has that under and that across with the hooks and uppercuts that I didn't expect, and those were the punches that were gonna knock out a shorter guy like Juggernaut. And then
Yeah.
like I would think that as Dyer advances on a guy like Simpson, as he advances and closes the distance, that's where he would get in trouble with Simpson. Because Dyer, I love Dyer. Dyer's a really nice guy. I had a lot of conversation with him. Dyer, you fight with your chin there, brother. Like, and you do it like every single fight, and you have this big, thick neck, and it's just like that big, thick neck's enough to protect your chin, but like, just tuck it just a little bit, man. Just tuck it a little bit. Rifle, snipe, like, who the fuck is gonna be able to beat a guy like that? That's that size, that crazy. If his chin is tucked and it's not exposed, like it's pretty fucking hard to beat a guy like that, right? So
Yeah.
I'm just analyzing as a fan, and I'm telling you, as a fan, as a coach, like I saw that was gonna be the demise of him, and well, we saw what happened. Also, talking statistics, David Simpson is not fucking 3-5. David Simpson was 5-3 coming to this fight, and now he's 5-4. So that's fucking horrible that the BKFC, no offense, cannot just get those fucking stats right. It's just retarded, dude. All
Mm.
right, so totals. Cody the Knucklemaniac Vidal threw 64 punches. David Thunder Simpson threw 197. Let's just
Wow.
stop there. Let's just stop there. 197 divided by 64 is 3.07. He fired 3.07 the punches that I did. 3 times. He fired over
Wow.
3 times the punches I did. Let's talk about landed. I landed 47 of my 64. That's over 72%, 73%. That's fucking good. That's accurate, considering I was getting
Yeah.
fucking killed. He landed 100 of 197. So 100 divided by 47, he landed 2.12 times the punches that I did. I missed 17. He missed 97. So you got to think, like, if you're David Simpson coach, it's like you didn't get hit much, but you did miss a lot of punches. And the punches that you did get hit by, They took you out. I knew I wasn't gonna knock David Simpson clean out. Like I just knew that wasn't gonna happen because I've seen his previous fights, and like I know that I'm not the kind of guy where I don't punch for the fences. Like I did in that last punch, but I normally don't swing for the fences because I want to be in there. I want to kill my prey. I want to do it and enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not there to swallow my steak. I'm there to chew it. And I know that sounds weird, but like I've gotten many fights growing up, and you could talk to a lot of different people where I'm fighting people. I might be fighting one person, I might be fighting 2, 3, 4 people at a time, and I'm easily killing them. And then somebody tries to jump in, like one of my friends, and tries to steal my kill, and I fuck my own friend up. I hit my own friend, and like, what are you fucking doing? I'm your friend. I'm like, you're a fucking pussy. You're a coward. You're weak. Don't fucking jump on my fucking prey, bro. That's my kill. And people are like, wow, he's really serious about it. I am. I used to drink people's fucking blood. Like, dead serious. Adrenochrome is real, brother. I used to fucking pound on people, and I'd lick the blood off of them. One time I had a guy in a triangle choke, and I was elbowing his face in, and his fucking mouth was pouring blood into my mouth because I knocked his front 2 teeth out with a straight cross. And I was all drunk as fuck, dude, in the mountains of Pennsylvania. I was 18 years old, 19 years old. I was training with Tim Boach at the time. Tim Boach of the UFC. And I'm a triangle choke, and I was just fucking elbowing him. It was just raining down blood in my mouth. And I just remember everybody circling us, and I just said, I could taste your blood. Oh, I want more. And I fucking rolled over on top of him, and I proceeded to kill him a little bit more. And I stood up and licked the blood off my hands. Man, the kind of adrenaline rush you get when you drink someone's fucking blood and there's adrenaline, and I'm telling you, bro, it's real. It's fucking real. That adrenochrome shit is real. So I could see why crazy evil people drink that shit. I don't go around doing that. I'm not evil, but I'm saying there's 2 times where I fought people and I drank their blood because I was raging in the process, and I wasn't a Christian then. I was fucking listening to death metal, satanic metal, and I was pretty fucking demonic. And I loved killing people, man. Not bad people, not good people. I loved killing bad people. People that wanted to hurt me, people that wanted to threaten me, people that wanted to threaten my friends, people that were disrespectful. I would fucking give them their chance. I'd give them a chance. I'd give them a chance, and then finally I'd fucking rage, bro. And if you ever looked up the old Berserker documentary, what it means to really be Berserk ancient document. This is crazy, bro. Because when I read this, it confirmed that I have this. So, is it okay if I keep ranting?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
All right.
No
Ancient
problem, brother.
document of Berserker gang symptoms. So Berserker gang means bear rage. And it was the Vikings, the Scandinavian warriors. They would eat mushrooms. They'd eat psilocybin. They'd eat funny mushrooms, and they'd drink ale. So what they were doing is they were synergizing. They were synergizing 2 elements. They were synergizing a psychedelic, and they're synergizing alcohol. Alcohol means soul eater because it literally eats your soul, and now it invites spirits in, it invites demons in. And then psychedelics allows you to see the other side. And so these warriors would eat this psilocybin and drink this fucking ale, and they would prepare themselves for war, and they would be crazy. So I'm gonna read it. I don't think it's the full document, but it says this fury occurred not only in the heat of battle. Men performed things which otherwise seemed impossible for human power. This condition is said to have begun with shivering, chattering of teeth, and chill in the body, ice cold, blood, ice in your veins. And then the face swelled and changed color, and the eyes went black. That's exactly what happens to me, bro. Like when I actually rage in an actual fight, when somebody actually threatens me, I get the berserker gang, dude. I read this document like years after this happening to me because I like if somebody come up to me and they start threatening me or they start disrespecting me, like I'm a docile guy. I was shy. I'd sit there and I get cold, start getting cold, and I start to shake, and I start getting tears in my eyes because it was shame. And the shame was telling me in my head, if you don't kill this fucking person right now, you're going to die inside. And it was like this whole idea of death before dishonor that the Japanese would get before they would kill themselves with honor. And I'd feel that. And I would my face would swell up, my eyes would go dark, and then I just don't remember anything till it was all said and done, and I'm covered in someone's blood and they're going to the ICU.
Jesus.
And I have a clean criminal record, brother. So people are like, oh, he's
Wow.
crazy. Brother, I have more self-control than any of you fucking people. I have more self-control than any of you people. Jordan Peterson said, you're not a man. You're not a threat until you can actually do damage and you control it. And he said, as a man, you must create a monster and you must learn how to control it. And that's exactly what I've done with bare knuckle. That's exactly what I've done with my fighting career. And so, yeah,
For
dude, I
sure.
used to want to cannibalize people when they made me mad. Like, I didn't sit there and think, oh, I'm going to hurt this person. I thought, I'm going to eat this person. And that might scare people. It might scare any future wives, future wife I might have. Maybe like fucking sponsorships. But yeah, dude, like, I'm not saying it happens anymore, but like, I used to really think, like, I want to fucking bite this person's face off.
Mm. Jesus, man. Listen, Cody, I got about 10 more minutes before I got to be somewhere at 4:30, but I definitely want to get into the nitty-gritty with you. You've been making a lot of noise since your fight. You're calling for the newly crowned light heavyweight champ, Lorenzo Hunt. Ain't no champ unless Lorenzo says so. Juggernaut versus the Knuckle Maniac at Knucklemania, February 7th. Just let the people know why you think this is a fight to make and why you belong at Knucklemania. Super excited to announce my first ever sponsorship. Knuckles to Knives is officially sponsored by Blues King 24/7. My brother Ivan Stojakovic has decided to support the movement. Ivan owns a company called Blues King 24/7, and they are located in Ontario, Canada. Blues King 24/7 does some of the cleanest cladding work in the world. They deal with siding, aluminum panels, and any exterior finish. They also waterproof buildings, homes, and take on any commercial or residential projects. They are located in Ontario, Canada, but will take on work anywhere in the world. So if you need your building or home upgraded on the exterior, call Blues King 24/7. That's BLUESKING 24/7. Go check them out on Instagram.
I don't think I know this is the fight to make because it's not just that I'm going to fight Lorenzo. I'm going to beat Lorenzo. This is destiny. It's that simple. This is destiny. I'm doing this for Christ Yeshua. I'm doing this for God. I claim his name loud and clear every single fight. I walk around with the Bible above my head. People don't like it. I don't fucking care. I don't care. Christ said this, if the world hates you, know that it hated me first. And the world hated me without reason. Evil doesn't make sense. Good does. God does. Evil is the opposite of good. And so if good is order, if good is healthy, if good is happy and holy, it's complete, it's healthy physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, whatever goes against that is evil. And my whole life, I tried making sense of evil, tried making sense of what doesn't make sense. It drives you fucking crazy. And then it starts to make you become mad. And then as you're becoming mad, you're like, oh, now I want to hurt somebody. And that's the devil. That's the devil trying to seep in and make it go mad, make it go crazy, make it hurt somebody, lose your life, lose your fucking freedom. And so when I tell you that I'm doing this for God, I'm 100% serious about this. God has come into my life in so many different ways, and God has kept me alive. God has always saved me from shallow graves, early deaths. God has always saved me from just mediocrity. God has a calling for me. And I'm not saying he didn't have a calling for Lorenzo, but Lorenzo, you're in your 40s, your time is up, brother. I'm not saying your time for fighting is up. Your reign is up, brother. You just got dropped 2 or 3 times in the last fight, and that was a really great fight. It was a really good job for Josh Dyer, but I don't fight with my chin in the air. I fight very compact, and you fight very compact. And so it's going to be a clash of 2 titans, but it's not just who is faster, but who has better timing. It's not just has better timing, but who is tougher. And Lorenzo cannot go through what I went through. He can't.
Yeah.
He can get up after getting dropped, but he's not gonna be okay with having his face ripped off. like I was. I don't think anybody is. So that's not me talking bad about Lorenzo. Lorenzo's my favorite fucking Bkfc fighter. I love Lorenzo, and let's get personal. I saw him in the elevator. It was just me, him, his trainer, and my trainer, and he was cutting weight, and I fucking cried because he looked so bad, dude. He looked like he was in such pain, and I started crying. I shook his hand. I was like, "Thank you for all that you've done for this sport." So it's no love loss, man. It's just we're fighters, we're men, and it's nothing personal. We don't have to act like women and fucking wah, 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 flap our fucking gums at each other. Okay? This is fucking man versus man. This is honor versus honor. This is champion versus fucking champion. And even though I don't have a physical strap around me, I have a glorious heavenly strap that's wrapped around my entire being. And that is who I am. I am champion. And so this fight is the fight to make the Knuckle Maniac versus the Juggernaut at Knucklemania. The Knuckle Maniac at Knucklemania, becoming the champion at Knucklemania in Philadelphia, the place where I'm fucking from. You want a real life Rocky story, Feldman? Ain't no champ unless Lorenzo said so. Well, I'm the next champ, and that's the bottom line because the Knuckle Maniac said so, brother.
I love that, man. I love that. Absolutely. And you know what? Lorenzo is in a weird spot right now because he is calling for that Mike Perry fight. In my opinion, the only fight that Mike Perry needs to have is against Dave Redneck Mondell. There is no other matchup in my opinion. I feel like Redneck deserves that fight more than anybody. So it's a weird situation for Lorenzo. Does he sit around and wait until Mike Perry and Redneck fight, which we don't know when that will even be, if that will even happen, or he takes another fight in the meantime against the Knucklemaniac at Knucklemania, which is a huge event, which would be a huge fight. So yeah, curious to really see what Lorenzo thinks about it.
This is in from Gator from Reddit Bkfc just now.
Yeah.
Lorenzo said if you get up there, he will fight you, but his eyes are set on others at the moment. And we can't blame him because I don't have the big money name right now, right?
Yeah.
But Perry's not going to do that. It doesn't make sense to have Perry versus Juggernaut on. You have two cash cows right there. Why would you have both of your cash cows fight when you could have both of your cash cows fight on co-main and main event on Knucklemania? That does not make any sense at all. That does not make any sense at all.
Yeah.
So it makes sense for Lorenzo because Lorenzo's thinking if he loses to me, he's passing the torch and he's not getting paid after that. But here's the thing. Here's what I say. This is for BKFC. This is for everybody. Pay Lorenzo really well for this fight. You don't owe me a penny. I'm serious. You do not owe me a penny for this fight. I will fight this fight for free. After I win, extend me a nice contract. Okay, let me fight in the $25 million tournament. Okay, I'll earn my money. Okay, let me fight and win this championship because it is the best investment that the BKFC can make right now. Cody Vidal is Bitcoin when it was $100.
Yeah.
And I'm asking for zero. Cody Vidal is Bitcoin when it's $0.
Man, I love that. And that's super noble of you. Lorenzo is an absolute legend in the game. He deserves to get paid. He deserves the big bag. And yeah, you're making a great case, man, for this fight. I got to be honest. And how can you have Knucklemania without the official Knucklemaniac, you know? So,
Bro, 100% true. If my investments paid off right now, I'd have a lot of money. Right now, I'm down a lot of money. It's current. It's digital currency, brother. But I would legitimately wager money on this fight. I'd be like, yo, I'm paying the fight Lorenzo Hunt. Like, I'm paying the fight him. I would do that. And, maybe that doesn't bode well with the sports betting world and shit like that. But what I'm saying, man, is like, I'm here to win the championship. I'm a pure fighter. I don't fucking care about the money. If money wasn't a factor, none of us would care. But I got bills to pay. I get that. But I have my own business. I look at the long run with BKFC. Okay, I'm not just gonna be working for BKFC as a fighter. I'm gonna be helping this company grow. I don't need to go start my own promotion and go through all the troubles and worries that Feldman's going through still to this day. I'd rather integrate myself into the company in other ways outside of fighting as well, and help these fighters develop physically, mentally, and spiritually, so that we have the very best fighters fighting in bare knuckle. And as the sport evolves, we go bare knuckle MMA because it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And
Mm,
people are gonna eventually get sick of just seeing people standing and banging. Like, I want to see him on the ground.
yeah,
I want to see soccer kicks. I want to see head stomps. It's just gonna get more violent and more violent and more violent. And that's just the human nature. We push the envelope. We push the knife until the knife goes out the other side, and then we twist it and we make the hole bigger, and the blood pours
yeah,
even stronger. So Cody the Knuckle Maniac here is here, BKFC, 100%. And I just want to be treated with respect, which I am. And the respect I'm asking for is give me this fucking fight. I'll fight it for free, and I'll win that championship for free. Pay Juggernaut, pay Perry, make sure Perry and Mundell fight. Please make sure Perry and Mundell fight, and have those two fight. Mundell, Perry on the fucking card, and Juggernaut versus Knuckle Maniac on the card. That's the winner right there.
damn. I love that, man. You heard it here first. You heard it from the Knuckle Maniac. Let's make it happen, man. Like I said, you're building a case for yourself for this fight. I I can't disagree with you, to be honest. You know, I don't want to see Lorenzo Hunt sit out a long time again. I want to see him get back in there. And like I said, who better than the Knuckle Maniac at Knucklemania? You know what I'm saying?
That's
So,
right.
Cody, I'm sorry, man. We ran a little bit late today,
My bad.
but I really appreciate you coming on, brother. And I wish we could go a little bit longer, but we'll do it again soon, 100%.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
so
Thank you
much,
so
brother.
much, man. God
I
bless
wish
you.
I wish you a speedy recovery. I wish you all the best, and God bless you, my guy.
God bless you so much. Thank you.